If you want to increase the number of plants in your garden, one of the great ways of doing it is to take summer cuttings. And what you want to do is to be sure to get mature wood. But let me show you first about a few of the cuttings that we've taken earlier. This is a Hebe, or commonly called a Veronica, a variegated leaf variety. And you can see several of them just doing beautifully. They've rooted great. And here are some of the fuchsias that we've rooted as well. And they're doing really well, except maybe for that weed that's in there too. So we'll get it out. Now, let's talk about selecting wood that we're going to use for cuttings. And this is a rhododendron. First thing that I'll do, you'll notice it's mature wood too. This is not new fresh wood, although it's this season's growth. So that's important. Is what we don't want is wispy growth that's going to wilt the minute that we put it into root tone. So I'll gather these leaves on the top together and then simply prune them off about halfway, like so. And the reason why we do that is if you leave the full leaf, the leaf loses too much moisture through the cutting, and consequently, this stalk can't take up enough moisture from down below. So we remove that. It's a process called transpiration. Now also we'll shorten the cutting, and then I'll dip it into some rooting hormone, which is a white powder. You can use the liquids too. And then right into, in this case, I'm using a soil mix, a good sterilized soil mix. Now let me take this cutting of also of a camellia and just quickly use a different planting medium. Again, I'm going to remove about half of the leaves of this camellia, like so. And I'm going to shorten the cutting a little bit again. Dip it into the rooting hormone, and you notice I knock off any excess rooting hormone, and this time I'm going to set it in vermiculite, which is a great medium for starting plants. Now here's a cutting, for example, from an evergreen azalea, and it's much easier. All we do is strip off the bottom leaves, shorten the cutting to about 3 to 4 inches, and dip it in the rooting hormone again, and then directly into the starting medium. And as what I'm showing you here also is that you can do quite a few cuttings in one pot. It's not a problem at all. In the juniper, the case of the juniper, again, we strip off the bottom leaves or pull them off, being a little bit more difficult than usual. And I'll shorten the cutting again just a little bit, dip it into a rooting hormone, knock off the excess powder. I'm going to take off just a little bit of that bottom growth. And I'm using the vermiculite again this time. But keep in mind, you can do a lot of other plants in the garden as well. And now's a good time to make those summer cuttings.